Tony, welcome to Go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on?
What?
All right, you go in, Tony.
Good. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knockem Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
Oh, you do the headset mic.
I do the headset mic. That's what's here. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Show here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. We're live on the YouTube channel. We're live on the Facebook channel. But if you'd like to comment and say hi, please do it on the YouTube channel because that is where we'll be monitoring the comments. Thanks for joining us today. We're coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club right here in Levittown. It's a crazy day. We've got a lot going on in here. So first off, we have... You just learned my name. I don't know yours.
That's okay. Tony is your name.
That's me.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Right back at you.
And my name is Nick.
Nick
Rizzo.
Nick Rizzo, and you have a podcast,
It's called Rizzology.
Rizzology.
Yeah,
Okay.
Podcast called Rizzology, and it's more of just a passion project, something fun that I do on the side. Get to sit down with awesome people like yourself and chop it up and hang out and talk about life and navigating this crazy world that we live in.
It's definitely a crazy world.
Yeah.
Well, and you get a lot of sports figures, is that correct?
So my background was in bodybuilding for a long time.
Oh, okay.
I've transitioned into more of like a more hybrid fitness type of training style now. So I have a lot of cross-training athletes, like, high rocks athletes, CrossFit, all that type of stuff.
Nice.
And I started training jiu-jitsu about a year ago. So now I'm getting a lot of fighters that are coming on as well. So it's been pretty interesting.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're going from two different ends of the spectrum. For a long time, you're in the bodybuilding world. You think bodybuilders are super tough and all this stuff. And then you see fighters and they snap a finger and they like pop it back in. They go, all right, I'm ready for the next round. You go, that's a different type of tough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Holy moly. And now, do you have a connection to Travis? Because do you know who I'm talking about?
No, I'm here with my mom. She probably knows everybody.
So are you all right? So let me just explain to you guys. So there's a movie being filmed here today.
Yes, little indie.
Yep. Deb Markowitz, who was just in here a few weeks ago with us, she's making a movie. You know what? My mic's loud. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
No, but it's probably hurting them.
Oh.
I was hearing it was kind of crackling a little bit. All right, sorry about that. So Deb Markowitz, who was in here a few weeks ago, she's making a movie in here today. Travis Grant, who is I think the male lead, he does a show in here.
Oh, nice.
So and he's a great comedian. So he's out there. He's tearing it up out there. But he's a bodybuilder and he's pretty stocked up and I think he's on roids. But you have no connection to him?
No, no
okay.
actual connection to him.
Now,
No,
are you in the movie today?
Yeah, I'm an extra. I'm just
you
going to
are?
be hanging in the background, just trying to look cool and inconspicuous, and that's it.
Story of my life, trying to look cool. It never works out.
That's what I usually say.
Yeah. Now, and your mom is an extra too?
Yes, mom's an extra too. She's been very good friends with Deborah for a long time.
Oh,
and
okay.
Yeah, she does her own little things in the movie industry. She does a lot of financing.
Oh, really?
She also was a mortgage broker for I don't even know how many years at this point. So she's been doing a lot of different things for a lot of different years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. So, like, she'll find money for a film.
Yeah, so find financiers for the actual films.
Really?
And, connect them with the right people to get things kind of pushed in the right direction.
What about a podcast studio that needs advertisers?
I mean, I could definitely ask her.
Does she do that for you?
Well, she doesn't do it for me, not yet at least.
Have you asked her to do that?
I
for you?
haven't.
What the
I
hell?
thought she was supposed to. I thought she was supposed to do it. I thought one day she was supposed to come in with a duffel bag of money and go, "All right, let's outfit the place with everything."
Well, she's done that for you your whole life, probably.
She has probably. Yeah, she has. Yes, but except now, I have to do it myself, and the dog doesn't eat for a week, so there we go.
It's just a dog.
Yeah.
Now, where do people see the podcast?
It's on YouTube. It's on
okay.
TikTok. I had 52,000 on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, followers for that, and YouTube is growing steadily. I think it's at like 1 point something thousand right now.
Yeah.
Subscribers.
That's where we're at. Yeah.
It's good. It's tough because you want the consistent listeners. You want the constant feedback with people commenting and asking questions and this and that.
Yep.
And it becomes tough because we're all biting for everybody's time and attention in a daily space of just constant distraction.
Yes.
And it becomes tough. So you have to just build the consistency of, a lot of podcasters, when they get into it, I tell them all the time, I go, the consistency is the biggest thing.
Yes.
Because if you're inconsistent and, you go on a schedule of 2 a week or 3 a week, whatever it might be, and then 3 weeks into it, you drop to 1 a week.
Right.
Well, now all of a sudden people start looking at it like, well, it's not as consistent as I wanted it to be, and they fall off.
Right.
When I'm consistent, my numbers go through the roof. I don't think it's just so much the algorithm. I think it's because people treat it like a show, an actual show.
Yes.
Like where they used to get excited every week before you had TiVo and everything to record it.
Right.
All these these different episodes for us, people would be excited. Wednesday nights, 7 p.m., that's my show.
Right.
And they get amped up. They wait for it. They who's going to be on? Is there a special guest? Blah, blah. And they watch it. But if you're going to be inconsistent with it, then, it's just people aren't going to pay attention anymore.
It's interesting you say that, because we were talking just before we went on the air here. I was telling you how it's tough because, and we do that in here. My show's every day at 11 a.m. We have Travis's show is every Monday around 4:30. We have a whole bunch of different shows in here, same time, same days. But I just find it really tough because you don't get a lot. Like my show is 90 minutes. Most of the shows in here are an hour. But it just seems like people people just don't have that attention span anymore. I don't know, I know, and I realize as I'm saying that I'm kind of putting people down, but it's true. People go
It's real life.
People go on YouTube and they're like, 5 minutes, that's too long.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. So I've sent videos to friends, and they've said the same thing to me. It's a 10-minute video on not even mental health. It could be a 10-minute video on personal excellence and just becoming the better version of you and this
Sure.
and that. My buddies will be like, "Oh, is there an abbreviated version?" That isn't a fucking abbreviated version. Tony Robbins seminars are 5 days long,
Right.
and 900 hours.
Right.
Like this isn't 10 minutes.
It blows me away, man.
Yeah, but you'll spend 10 minutes mindlessly scrolling on a social media.
Well, true. Right. Yes.
So you wind up, there's a push and pull, and when I say that we're constantly biting for people's attention, it's true. I mean, I'm reading Limitless by Jim Quick right now.
Okay.
And it's just about unlocking. Basically, it's becoming your own superhero. He had Jim Quick's a guy who helps coach a lot of celebrities and a lot of different people of high, low, all types of net worths and values, whatever you want to consider it.
Sure.
He coaches them on how to actually learn, not just absorb information, how to
Right.
actually learn.
Right.
Take this information in, break it down, understand it,
Sure.
and speed read how celebrities can memorize their lines even quicker
Nice.
than previously ever thought they could. So I'm reading his book, and one of the things that stood out to me this morning was when I'm reading it, we digest more information in one day
Yeah.
than a person in the 1400s digested their entire life.
Come
Now,
on.
just take that into consider. Like just sit there and think about that for a second. How much we consume in a day, and how somebody just living in the 1400s, they didn't consume nearly that much their entire lives.
Now, I'm not calling bullshit. This is
Yeah.
just a legit question. How would you know that? Like,
Well, think about the amount of information that we get in a day between television, news sources, books, texting between friends, Instagram Reels,
Right.
YouTube Shorts, TikToks,
Well, okay.
all this stuff.
Yep.
When you're speeding through everything, it's not necessarily that you're sitting there and you're able to digest every single piece of information and understand it to the thought process of an astrophysicist, but you're able to take this information in, sort it sort of, and say, is this relevant? Is it not? No. Okay, next. No, next. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're just going through all of this information.
Oh, goodness.
Think about how many times we're advertised to in a day. Doesn't
Yeah,
have to be
true.
things that you're actually learning. It's just information that we're getting in a single day.
Right.
You're driving in a car, you see billboards. You're listening to a podcast. Advertiser that comes on. If the podcast host isn't doing the advertising, they'll have somebody reading the advertisement for them from the sponsor.
Right.
Then you're going to watch Netflix. If you're not paying for the upper tier of Netflix, they're charging ads. They're giving you ads now.
Right.
So you start to think, and you go, maybe I am taking in more information than I
right,
previously
because
thought.
you don't even realize half the time
Yeah.
how much is coming in. 'Cause
Yeah.
you just see it.
Yeah.
So does he suggest that we?
I mean,
we're
I'm still
doing less?
early in the book. You know,
Yeah.
he talks about digital deluge, digital dementia, digital distractions, all of these different things that have happened with the technology that we have is an amazing thing. I would not be where I am today without technology. We wouldn't be able to sit here and
Right.
have conversations with each other, broadcast it out to people, and maybe 1 billion people watch it, maybe 100 people watch it, maybe one person watches it.
Yeah,
We're still
that's
able
our
to do
speed.
that. And
Yeah.
technology is amazing because we can do this. But now you start thinking about like the negatives of it. There's a lot of positives, but there can also be a lot of negatives.
Right.
So the constant consumption, the consistent, every single time we're bored, we pull our phone out of our pocket. So knowing, it's a little off topic, but knowing that I was coming today to do the extra for the movie, I left my real phone at home. About a week ago, I bought brand new Android phone. It's actually, Samsung, send the check.
Really?
Oh my God!
Look at the size of that thing.
I gotta tell you, truthfully though, it's awesome.
It's a boombox.
Listen, it's got the little pen on it and everything.
Really?
Yeah, you take the little stylus pen.
Bro, look at that.
You can sketch some notes.
What?
I mean, it's awesome.
You look important.
Listen, I'm trying. It's right what we said. I'm trying. I'm just trying to look cool. So, what I did was, because my business, once again, we go back to, I'm very fortunate that we have the technology that we have.
Yep.
Because I'm able to make a living shooting video. That's really how I make a living. I shoot videos and photos for Monster Energy and a lot of other companies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's really what I do. I shoot content for the sports field. I shoot content for businesses. That's how I make money.
Yeah.
So without social media, not to say I'd be phased out, but work wouldn't be as booming and bustling in a lot of different areas. So I'm very fortunate for that.
Yeah.
But now we go to the consistent consumption side of things. So for me, when you're on social media all day, it drains you.
Oh, yeah.
Your mind, just everything. You become tired. So I wanted to have separation. I wanted to have separation of church and state. I wanted to just be able to my phone is on, and I'm able to answer texts, answer Instagram DMs, answer my clients, new work, this and that, emails. But then when I don't need to, I want to be able to step away. So I got this phone that has no social media on it.
Oh, wow.
And it just has my personal email. It has my mom, a couple of my cousins that have this number, and like 2 of my closest friends. And that's it.
Really?
And I left my other phone at home today because I knew I was going to be an extra. And I wanted to be able to sit and just be a little bored. This is actually the first time I took the phone out today, sitting down. I wanted to be able to just sit, let my mind just chill.
Yeah.
And since doing it, no bullshit, I have actually felt better.
Really?
I felt really just much more at ease, much calmer. I'm not putting the TV on right when I get home. I'm allowing my brain to actually just have some downtime.
All right, so you're not just doing that today then. You're doing this, you're making a regular practice.
I want to make a regular practice.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like there's a lot of things that you start to learn in life that are important.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm 32 years old. This has been my whole world. I was a 91 baby. So
okay.
I grew up right when we started getting the computers and getting the video games really heavy, and I was still one of the last generations, I feel like, that was outside playing Manhunt. So I remember a time when things were a little slower.
Right.
And days didn't feel like they went by like that. Now, don't get me wrong, days still feel that way. And, you wake up, and by the time you lay down, sometimes you just go, oh my God, is the whole fucking day gone already?
Oh, yeah.
But when you intentionally use technology and you intentionally give yourself downtime to actually be quiet, not pull your phone out the second boredom hits for a dopamine hit or stimuli or whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like, standing in line or at the traffic light. We're all guilty of it. At the traffic light for the 0.3 seconds, just look around. Enjoy the world that we live in. You start to actually become slower in your pace a little bit, not negatively, but more positively. Sorry for ranting.
No. This is all great stuff. Yeah. Didn't know we were going there today.
I know, right?
But this is
deep,
great.
Just getting deep.
But this is why so what happened was I went into the giggle room. That's the holding room for all the actors and stuff. So I just walked in there and said, anybody feel like doing a podcast? So I was like, I'm going live. So he came right in. So, no, but this is all great stuff. Well, first off, I'm surprised because when I do extra work, the first thing I do is make sure I have my phone because I know I'm going to be sitting today.
Yeah.
Most likely not knowing anybody, so let me at least have my phone to fall back on if I want to get anything done. So, and to hear this from a 32-year-old surprises me because you guys are so, engrossed in. You guys have grown up with this, like you said. So, where this is, I'm the guy trying to keep up with it because I'm, prehistoric. But I'm very surprised. Do you worry that you might fall behind?
No, because when I'm working, I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm getting things done.
Okay.
And I have a lot of retainer clients, and I'm very fortunate for all my retainer clients, and I know what and when I'm doing and shooting and doing with them.
Okay.
So it's like when I have...
So organization is a big part of this.
Yeah, I mean, you always have to be organized, in business. I mean, that was a big shift from when I did sales into when I started working for myself. Mm-hmm. I just happened to pick a camera up and I was good at it. That's really how I started. I never had an ambition to be a videographer, photographer, cinematographer, whatever label you want to put on it.
Yeah.
I never had the vision to do that. I bought a camera because I wanted to do vlogs, and I wanted to interview a lot of the bodybuilders and just honestly podcasting. That's really kind of, it was like almost like a podcast show that I was kind of conceptualizing. I just didn't have the actual idea of it being the podcast.
Okay.
So I bought a camera. One of my ex-girlfriends at the time, my ex now, but my girlfriend at the time, she had said, hey, why don't you shoot a video for me at the gym and maybe just practice your editing? I said, okay, cool. Did that. Then a bunch of the bodybuilders started asking me for videos, the supplement companies, the magazines, and it kind of just snowballed.
Yeah, the supplement companies, that struck me because that's huge.
Yeah.
So you got that just from shooting?
Just from shooting video. I mean,
wow, man.
If there's something that I always try to press upon people, which, I mean, listen, you definitely understand. There's a lot of people that'll hear this and it'll just seem like common knowledge to them, but just network. You have to network.
Yes.
You have to just talk to people.
Right.
You have to be friendly. You have to take an interest. If someone's an asshole, don't take interest in them. But you have to take interest in what people do. And just because it's just the world is much smaller than we think it is. It's a large world, but it's much smaller than we think it is.
Absolutely.
And just because you're cool with somebody and nice and you treat them with respect and you form a, doesn't have to be a best friend, but you form a relationship with them. Who knows? Down the road, that might be an unbelievable job opportunity for you. That might be, if you're a guy, if you're me and you're talking to an older guy, he may introduce you to his daughter later on, and that might be your future wife. Who the hell knows? You never know where these roads are going to take us.
Right.
Weirder shit has happened in this world. So you start to truly see how these interconnecting different networks and all these things actually play into each other.
You definitely learn with age to not burn the bridge. I mean, you could walk away from certain people or certain situations, but you don't want to burn that bridge because you just never know, man.
Yeah, I'm the king of cutting people out. So
is that right?
Yeah, I'm like right out, like a tumor. I'm out. I got to get it out. I don't want that shit around me anymore. It's a good trait and it's a bad. It could be a bad trait as well. And I've had to stop myself sometimes from so quickly and abruptly cutting something. Just like, okay, just give it a second, man. Just chill out. Maybe there was a misunderstanding, this and that. So there is some. Sometimes I've been wrong, but your gut knows.
I'm Italians, and
Paisan. There we go.
So that's a big part of it too.
Yeah. So I just don't have patience for cunty behavior. I can't do it. We're talking about only so much time in a day. I can't handle it all. I'm trying to focus on certain things.
Yep.
I'm trying to focus on my phone that doesn't ring. That's what I'm trying to do.
So what do you do then with the other phone? Do you actually turn it off?
At night I turn it off, yeah.
Well, but what like a situation like, all right, so a situation like today you didn't even bring it.
Nope.
But if you're trying to chill, so I'm not talking about at night when you're sleeping. Yeah. You want to sit down, it's the middle of the afternoon, again, you have your plans for shoots and everything is all worked out, but it's a Tuesday afternoon. You just happen to have it free, so you're like, screw it. I'm going to sit down, going to have a nice lunch. I might even watch a movie.
Yeah.
So the next hour and a half to 2 hours. So do you actually turn it off then too?
No, I'll leave it on. During business hours, I leave it on. Client needs to hit me up or call me. They know.
Okay.
So
so you will answer it then?
Oh yeah, without question.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, then you're just setting yourself up. You're 100% correct in asking me that because it could be confusing of when do you actually give yourself the time. I would say you have to have a really good work-life balance, but you have to set that up for yourself.
Right.
You have to really understand, what do you want? Like, I thought that I wanted to be the corporate kid for the longest time. I wanted to be that dude that went into the city and just was like hammering out deals all day and going crazy. I don't want that. I want to actually live meaningfully.
Exactly.
It just, money's great, without question. And people that have all the money in the world will tell you, oh, money's not everything. And then people that don't have any money will go, oh, it's easy for you to say. So everyone sees things differently.
Yes.
But when you do realize at that top pinnacle, let's say, when they say money isn't everything, they realize that, wow, I sacrificed all this time and all these years to get all this money, and I shit on the relationships of the people that I was around.
Right.
I didn't get to enjoy any of it. When I sold home theater systems in the Hamptons, I would be amazed that there would be this $40 million house that I was in, and I'd ask the owner of the company that I was with as we're setting this up, I was like, all I see are the housekeepers, the wife, and the kids. I go, where's the husband? Oh, he's in the city. I go, he's in the city.
Right.
What do you mean? So summer, he's not enjoying his time out here? No, he's like never out here. So they're just by themselves out there, no dad, no nothing.
Right.
Just living out there. I mean, that's great, but
sure.
is it?
Right.
Because now your kids don't get to see you. You know, time goes by and all of a sudden they're fully grown and you're just like, what the hell happened?
Right.
And I guarantee there's a lot of people that would trade billions if they had it to go back and be able to see their kid ride a bike for the first time again, or throw a baseball with their child. Like, do all of those first experiences or 20th experiences, just having the experience.
Right.
So yeah, it's very interesting. But when you say, like yesterday, I was able to finish all the edits I had to do. There really wasn't anything else to dive into. I had no shoots yesterday. I trained. Oh, no, I didn't train yesterday. So I usually train jiu-jitsu at night, and I do the gym in the morning. 5 a.m. I go.
Wow.
Long story short, my pup has epilepsy. Oh. So he needs his pills every 12 hours. So I've structured my day to get the gym done with in the morning, to come home right when he needs his pill, walk him, and then my office is on my block. I move my office to my block in Huntington.
Oh, wow.
So I go right to the office. I get work done.
My goodness.
Setting yourself up for excellence, man. That's what you got to do. You got to set yourself up for the easiness.
Yeah.
So,
which you did.
Yeah. So yesterday I got all the edits done. I didn't train. I took the day off. And so it was the afternoon. I actually watched a little Netflix. I watched Formula One.
Okay.
Drive to Succeed, or Drive to whatever it's called, the show for Formula One. It's very interesting. And I had both phones. They were next to me. This phone was sitting on the coffee table, and the other phone was over next to me. And then once 6 o'clock rolled around, after I was done, getting things done in the house and whatnot, I turned the other phone off, texted Mom. I said, "Hey, Mom, I'm on the other phone. If you need me, call me."
Right.
And that was it. And then I even went for a walk without my phones. Nothing. Just enjoyed being outside with the dog for an hour.
In beautiful downtown Huntington?
Yeah, and truthfully, yesterday was still a nice day.
Yes,
Sunday was beautiful.
Oh,
yeah,
perfect.
Yesterday was still a nice day. Sunday was beautiful, and it just, you start to just look around and appreciate things a little bit. And whereas I used to, once again, we're all guilty of it, but I used to just walk the dog and have the phone in my face the entire time. It's no way to live, man.
Well, so what turned you around? I say turn around like you were doing something wrong.
No, yeah, seriously. Well, yeah.
Yeah, how did you discover that? Because like you said, you wanted to make money. You wanted to be in the corporate world. And, and here you are now talking about, fathers not having time with their kids.
Yeah, I mean, you start seeing it. What's the quote? Experiences make the man. You see all these different things, and you start to, as you get older, you understand what you do and what you don't want.
Right.
And I think I've been very blessed to be able to do what I do for work, get paid what I get paid to do that, and to make a life for myself, for real.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people in my position like age group, let's just say, and in position, other video guys and photo guys, starving artists, they don't get to make any money. And it's not necessarily that they're bad. They just haven't given themselves or been put into the right opportunities because of their network or lack thereof.
Yep.
So, for me, I think over the last, I've had a roller coaster ride of just life, not necessarily bad, just a lot of different experiences. Let me give you the abbreviated version.
Okay.
I was 270 pounds pre-diabetic in high school.
No kidding.
Yeah. So that was 11th grade. From 11th to 12th grade, I decided that I didn't want to be like that anymore, and I dropped from 270 down to 190 in a summer.
Wow, in a summer?
Because they told me I was going to need an insulin pump, and that scared the shit out of me because I hate needles.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I got to take one every day? Oh, my God.
Right, yeah.
So I dropped that weight, and then following that, I started dating my long-term girlfriend at the time for about 4 years. And from the 4 years that we dated, I went back up to 240. Just wasn't training, eating a lot, just hanging out.
Getting comfortable with the girl.
Getting comfy. That killer mindset was gone. So... when we both went away to different colleges, things failed pretty quickly. About a month in, I was heartbroken.
Yeah, it happens.
And I didn't really know where to turn, but I had just joined a bodybuilding gym, Bev Francis Powerhouse Gym in Syosset. Okay. Shout out to Bevs, all my people, if anybody goes to Bevs and they're listening. All my meatheads. And all my meatheads. All my half-natty individuals at Bevs. So I just decided that I wanted to just do things differently, and I said, you know what, I'm in horrible shape right now. It's time to get back and get serious. And I was away at Quinnipiac College at the time in Connecticut.
Right. And
I said, you know what? I said it's time to take things back. So over the course of a year, I dropped from 240 to 150, and I did my first bodybuilding show.
Oh, wow.
And from my first bodybuilding show, then I was just kind of trapped in that world of just wanting to consistently compete, not compete, off season, on season, doing all that.
Okay.
I stayed natural the entire time. I had a coach that tried to pressure me into taking steroids multiple times, and I said, nope, I'm good. I stayed natural.
Wow.
And it was tough because you go up against guys that are taking a lot of stuff.
Absolutely.
And
Sure.
My division, I did men's physique, and my division is height oriented. So it was up to 5'7.5", 5'8". I think I'm like 5'7.5" on the dot.
Okay.
And the top 10 guys in my class. Now, I got 20-something out of 30, so I didn't come in dead last, which was okay.
I'll take it.
Cool.
Sure.
But the top 10 guys were, I think, like 215.
Wow.
Man, fucking crazy, man. I'm going against little rock people. I'm going against the Thing from the Fantastic Four. Right. My God, man. Where'd you get that density?
Well, like you said, from...
Don't go in the lake. You're sinking. Don't go in the lake, bro. So I started competing with the hopes of going pro, and that realization once I stepped on stage of you really don't have a shot unless you really abuse some PEDs. Right. I didn't want to do it anymore. So I did one more show.
Okay.
Which was pushing it to even do that one, truthfully. And then I started working with a doctor down in Florida who coached me the right way as a natural athlete. And he had me looking insane after 2 years of reverse dieting and getting my weight stable and really doing things properly for a natural athlete.
Right.
We were 6 weeks out from another show, and he said to me, he goes, dude, you look unbelievable. He's like, we got 6 more weeks. We're going to push through this and that. And I just said to him, I said, yeah. And he goes, what's wrong, man? I said, dude, I don't think I want to do this anymore. And he goes, you sure? Yep. Okay. You're shredded for summer. Enjoy. He goes, go eat a burger, dude.
Right.
It's like, I'm not here to force you. Go eat a burger.
Yeah.
And he's still a good friend to this day. We text all the time. Anytime I have a health concern or anything like that, I text him instantly, and he's my guy. He's like that inside agent that'll give you all the information. He's just like, all right, well, this is what I learned, but this is what they're telling you, but this is what you should do. Okay, great. So I'm very fortunate for James. I call him the mad scientist. And that was in 2000... I want to say that was in like 2015, 16. And then I just, over the course of like the next, up until recently, I was a pretend bodybuilder. I just kept telling myself, I'm in my off season. And I went back up to 230 again about a year ago. And
wow.
Yeah, so I knew that my current training style and regimen wasn't suiting me anymore. I'm not trying to compete. I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder. I'm not trying to do all that. I can't eat these 6 meals a day anymore. It's too much on my intestines. It's too much on my GI. I can't do it anymore. So what I wound up doing was, shouts to my man Evan, who owns OG Training Academy down in Lindenhurst.
Okay.
They do a lot of hybrid fitness. So it's a lot of CrossFit, bodybuilder, High Rocks. High Rocks is like the new hybrid fitness, which... I never really wanted to do any of that type of stuff, but I knew I needed to change. I had to do something different. The trajectory that I was on, you're 230 again, bro. You're fat. Like, you're getting fat again. Like, It's just, you got to do something different. Like, you want to bench press a lot? This and that. It's not going to help you in the real world. We have to get like some actual functional muscle, if that makes sense to, kettlebells and all that, sandbags. So I wound up going there. I haven't had alcohol in a year. So I cut out alcohol, I cut out everything, and I still eat sugar though, a little every now and then. I had some ice cream last night. I don't want people to think I'm a complete psycho.
But ice cream, he's a rebel.
Watch out, man!
Be careful.
We're getting wild over here in Huntington. Kilwins, shout out to my people. The marshmallow s'more ice cream, it's to die for. Anyway, so I started going to OG. I cut out the alcohol. I started focusing on everything, just being more consistent, and I joined jiu-jitsu in May. I said I want to continue doing things that make me uncomfortable, and I do different things. And joining jiu-jitsu was a totally different world for me. I mean, I've never done any combat sports. I've never done any wrestling. Okay. And I'll tell you what, man, I fucking love it.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, there's a whole different mindset when it comes to that stuff, right?
When you, and it can sound a little suspect sometimes, but when somebody takes your back for the first time and they go to choke you and they put their arm around your neck and they're going for a rear naked choke, that first time, it's like your first, I don't know if you've ever done an ice bath.
Actually, I have.
Yes, so it's like your first ice bath. You get into that hyperventilating mode. But the third time, the fifth time, the eighth time, now it doesn't even matter.
Really?
Yeah, you're just like, okay, let's work through this. We know we've been here before. We know how to do it. It's like a weird brain switch that goes off in your mind that just has you just very relaxed in very uncomfortable situations. Dr. Andrew Huberman, Huberman Labs, I don't know, you've probably seen him on social. He's huge.
Yes.
Huberman, Cameron Haynes. Shout out to Cameron Haynes. He followed me recently. He's dope as hell. Joe Rogan, all these guys, they all preach about this type of stuff. Whether you like these people as human beings or not, and David Goggins, they all preach the same message of do uncomfortable shit and life doesn't seem so hard. And it's really true. The more uncomfortable situations you put yourself in, those uncomfortable situations don't seem that bad anymore.
Well, I have this condition called pussy.
Okay.
So I'm immediately freaking out. I can't even imagine being able to think normally while that's happening.
You're gonna come to an intro class. It's not a crazy place where they just throw you to the wolves. It's not. When you sign up, they do. But when you're there for the intro class, it's not that bad.
Really?
It's very interesting. It's Matt Serra. I go to Serra.
Oh, yeah.
So he used to be right over here on Jericho.
Yeah.
Shout to Matt Serra. He's a fucking UFC legend, Hall of Famer. I've become very close with Matt. He's an unbelievable human being.
Oh, wow.
They have such a great community over there. I mean, listen, do you get the guys that are going nuts and they go
of course
180%?
Right.
Yeah, right out the gate.
Yeah.
But you either don't roll with them or you tell them right before you start, like, yo, dude, I know you go a little crazy. Let's tone it back. Let's just relax.
Okay.
It's all about just using our words. Like they taught us when we were little. Let's use our words. Even though words sometimes hurt, let's use our words. So
wow.
It's a very different world. So now now I'm 186, 187 right now.
Nice. That's a good weight.
It's a very good weight.
Yeah.
I feel very comfortable at this weight. I feel good. I look good.
And you've held off the diabetes thing the whole time.
Oh yeah,
right?
the whole time.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean that really comes down to insulin sensitivity. So as long as you're not packing on tons of different foods that will affect your insulin like that. I mean, there's case by case basis for everybody and everything. There'll be people that listen to me say that and say, "Oh no, you're wrong. If you you are gonna get it." Like whatever it is. Listen, I get everybody's different.
Yep.
But generally, the people that I talk to, it's an insulin sensitivity thing. So if we can just limit the amount that our insulin is jumping around from the foods that we eat, then we're able to kind of keep things into an even keel type of situation.
That's exactly right.
Keep your health at bay and in good standing and good quality.
Right.
But, I mean, here we are, a year after probably one of the most developmental years I've had in my life. Mm-hmm. And now we're not even a year in, and now I'm looking at social media and all of these devices, not as, it's tough because I demonize them when I speak about it like this, but not necessarily as, devils and things that we need to avoid at all costs, but things that we have to be mindful of.
Right, because it's a matter of how you utilize it and what you do with it.
What are you allowing on that screen?
Right.
What are you allowing to play in the background?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And in turn, even though we're not paying attention, our subconscious is constantly paying attention.
Right.
And so mindset being everything, if you're feeding yourself garbage all the time, that's going to affect you in the long run.
That's right.
If you're listening to all the politics, if you're listening to all this stuff, I don't care what side you're on, left, right, middle, don't matter. I used to never bring up politics, but you have to, and just bring people back dead center and just go, you got to turn it off. Don't matter what you believe in.
That's right.
You got to turn it off because it come down here, laugh. Like, obviously some comics are going to use that for fuel in their comedy routines. It is what it is, but laugh.
Most of them don't.
Oh, then that's even better. So like use getting out, being present, turning this screen off, and being around people that you enjoy to be around. I mean, this is really what it comes down to. It's like, if you have the constant negativity playing in the background, this person sucks. We hate these people. They're ruining the country. They're doing this, that. It's just like all day, and you're tired. You're like, why am I tired? I woke up an hour ago. You're tired because all of this shit is just festering in your brain.
Tired and in a shitty mood.
Yeah, irritated.
Right.
Agitated. We're all agitated so much. Ugh.
Right.
Yo, we're not on this earth that long. We got to actually enjoy our time and have some fun.
Right.
So I think a year after development, a year after losing weight, doing a lot of things that have challenged me, things that have pushed me further. I mean, I used to never run outside. I did 5.5 miles this past Sunday after brunch, and a couple hours after I ate a whole burger at brunch.
Wow.
And I'm on a sprained ankle still from jiu-jitsu. I'm on a sprained ankle still, and I did 5.5 miles my first run in about a month and a week, so 5 weeks. And I did that in an hour and 10 minutes.
Wow.
I was never a runner.
Yeah,
I never ran. But there's just something about hating that, but loving it at the same time, and putting your headphones on or being in nature and just enjoying the sounds. I mean, I have my music on. I have my Apple Watch. I left all my phones at home. Do not disturb. Put the app on for running. No messages, no calls, no nothing. It's just there to track my run and give me music. And then halfway through, I was by the, the marina in Huntington?
Oh, yeah.
I was right by the marina. I paused my workout, and I sat and I just enjoyed the ocean for 5 minutes. I put my timer on because I had to get home before it got dark, but I just put my timer on, 5 minutes.
Right.
Sit there with no electronics, no noise, and just appreciate shit. It's weird, man. It sounds corny. It sounds like, it sounds very guru-ish and this and that, but, people that are listening that want to feel different, if you feel off, if you're feeling fatigued, if you're feeling just drained by life, try these things.
And the 5 minutes, because it's funny, because we're in the comedy club, we have comedians in here all the time, and we talk about time on stage. And usually when you're just coming up, usually like 5 to 7 minutes is like, the time that you get. And we'll talk in here about how quickly that can go. But in a situation like that, 5 minutes, it's not, that's a good amount of time, and you could really get a lot out of that.
Yeah, you see kids playing. You notice the little kids playing on the playground next to you. You notice the birds. You notice the sun. This is everything. I'm just recalling what I recalled. I mean, like what I was seeing. You see the sun, golden sun, right at the golden hour point, just going slowly down the houses in the distance across the bay.
Right.
You notice two friends having a picnic over on the side.
During the summer, I'm sure the sights are a lot better.
Yeah, they're definitely a lot better. Depending on what beach you go to. Stay away from Jones. It's a beluga sighting. Damn, that was mean. So anyway, I was there once. I saw it. I can't.
Just once?
Yeah, twice. 3 times. A few. Man, come on, man. Life is cyclical. But you're able to appreciate things. I'll tell you what, since I quit alcohol, the funny thing is that I've said a couple of times on my show is I went to my buddy Matt's wedding, and beautiful affair. It was up in Port Washington. It was like Sandcastle or something like that. I mean, done to the nines. Beautiful. Live band, no DJ. It was just beautiful. And you start to appreciate how much longer and more enjoyable a wedding is when you're not bombed.
Yep.
Because I mean, every wedding I've been to before that, smashed.
Right.
Smashed. Dancing, this, that. It went by like that.
Yep.
But when you actually are at the wedding,
right,
and talking to people,
where you can recall the next day what you did.
You're like, you look at your watch, you look at your phone, you go, what?
Yep.
It's only been an hour?
Yeah.
What do you mean? It's like, holy shit, this wedding is so long. That's how time is.
Right.
When you actually just stop staring at the screen, stop Netflix sucking and all this stuff. Sunday, as another example, I kept the TV off before I went to brunch with my mom and my family for my aunt's birthday. And I kept the TV off. Dude, I got so much shit done in the house.
Right.
Straightening up, cleaning, vacuuming after the dog, all of these things that would I have done some of them? Yes. Would I have done all of them? But no shot.
Right.
So we have the time. We have the time to read. We have the time to call that family member.
Right.
We have the time to do all of that. We're just prioritizing where that time is spent. Laying on the couch, simultaneously scrolling while watching something. So we're passively watching. We're not actually watching.
And not just watching, but right. And I agree, but still binge watching at the same time.
Yeah.
Like it's not the old days of watching one TV show and then waiting till next week. Like you could watch a whole series and next thing you know it's 8 hours.
And it's reminding you. It's going, hey, yo, zombie, are you still there? Right. Are you still watching this shit? Because we're amazed that you're still watching. Right. It's been 96 hours. Are you alive? Should we send paramedics? That's the next series of updates they're going to put out. Netflix is going to start asking you that.
Yeah.
They're like, are you alive?
Right.
Should we send help?
Right.
Okay.
Do you need somebody to walk the dog?
Can you just flick the remote off the couch just so we know you're there?
Anything.
Yeah, just something. So you start to understand these things, and you know I've not binge watched, but I have sucked in a lot more of the information on all of these devices and the amount of time that we spend on them and all these different things. I forget the actual individual's name, but I've watched a lot of TED Talks.
Sure.
About cell phones and social media and all these different things. And one of the interesting things that I took from one of the lectures was, what do you value your time at? Mm-hmm. And when you think about it, I mean, you want to give an average of $100 an hour. I mean, that's low for a lot of people that I know and for a lot of professionals that have seasoned themselves in whatever industry that they're in. But you want to give $100 an hour is the easy way to kind of just position it. And I like doing it on the little calculator and showing it while we do it. So there are 30 days in a month, roughly, unless depending on which month.
Right.
So 30 days in a month, and let's just say we do 2 hours a day of social media consumption, which is pretty low.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Pretty
that is
low.
I think most people average probably 4 or 5.
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
So 30 times 2 is 60.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
And we're going to do times that 100. So theoretically, that's how much we're spending. $6,000 is the number for those that are just audio listening. $6,000 is the amount for 2 hours of social media consumption. Now pull out your phones. This is homework now. Pull out your phones and look at that screen time. Don't be ashamed of it. Learn from it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm no saint. My screen time was up to like 13, 14 hours at one point.
A day?
Yes, between my computer and my phones. Yeah.
All right, but some of that's working.
Yeah, but we could say all of it's working, but
Okay.
How much of it is deep work?
Right. Or real work. Yeah.
Real work. How much of it is
Okay.
real work?
Right.
4 hours. 5 hours.
Yeah.
Was I deeply working for 13 hours? If I did, I'd be a fucking billionaire by now.
Yeah, true.
Or at least we'd hope so. Otherwise, I got to do something different. So you start putting it into that time perspective, and obviously there's caveats to everything. But
Right.
$6,000 a month we're spending of our time by being on a free application.
Wow.
So my goal with everything I do, with the podcast, with stuff like this, is to be a content producer, not a content consumer.
Oh.
So I will use all of these apps for work. I'll use them for personal. But when it comes down to consuming the content, I won't do it. So when I say I'll use it, I'll post and I'm off. I'll answer a message and I'm off. I have no notifications enabled for any of my social media apps anymore.
Okay.
My emails, obviously, I do. Phones, text, all that stuff. That's
Right.
important. That's direct communication with me. That, like, really direct. That's important. But I can't be a slave to the phone. I won't do it. Life goes by too quick. I'll blink. I'll be 40 and I'll be like, what happened? I didn't get to go. I got to look at Banff National Park from Canada through my phone. I never actually went.
Right.
Oh, it looks beautiful. And then move on to the next reel. Instead of going, oh, maybe I'd like to go there.
Right.
Let's go there.
Yeah, I've noticed that people with like the virtual reality goggles, and they can. Somebody was just telling me recently, where did they go? But they didn't actually go there. They just had the.
Yeah.
But you would think that they went. Where was it? I want to say Colorado. But you would think they actually went there by the way they were talking about it, the way they were describing it. Meanwhile, they were right in their living room with the virtual.
But that's the new thing. I don't recall where I heard this saying, but it's going to be the new poor man's way to travel is in their living room.
Right.
That's really what it's going to be.
Yeah.
The Apple Vision Pro, this new headset that they just came out with.
Right.
First off, let's just talk about it. $3,500 for basically a beta piece of equipment that isn't utilized in a lot of tech right now. It's just.
Right.
You get to sit in your fucking living room with a thing over your face, another distraction from your family. That's really what it winds up being.
Yeah, right.
You know, another escape from the real world. What are you escaping? Like, if you make your real world just as good as that virtual world, there's nothing to go to. You're not going to want to put that headset on and escape from anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when
A
you
little
think
easier said than done, but
Without
I
question.
understand. But you're absolutely right.
But when we talk about when the time goes by regardless,
well, right.
it's not going to happen instantly like putting the headset on.
Right.
But you have to instill it in people that's a downside to Instagram and a lot of the social apps. The downside in my eyes and a lot of other people's eyes based on studies and whatnot is the instant gratification of things.
Yes.
Let's talk about podcasting for us. You see a guy like Joe Rogan.
Yep.
Joe Rogan just signed another $200 million deal from Spotify.
Yes, he did.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Congrats, Joe. You're killing it.
Right.
Killing it. And that's just from Spotify. That is not from his sponsors.
Right.
Okay? My man is making dumb money. Dumb money. Then he's got the UFC that he goes and commentates for. Mm-hmm. That's more money. He's got his ads and all the companies that he's affiliated with.
Right.
That's more money.
Yep.
Good for him. He's
right.
killing it. But what people see is Joe Rogan experience from 2015 on. What they don't see is Joe Rogan was podcasting from the early 2000s before anybody knew what a podcast was.
Right.
So people will see that and go, I want to be Joe Rogan today.
Right.
Guilty of it.
Oh, sure.
I want the deals now.
Mm-hmm.
I want the views now.
Right.
I want the Lamborghini now. Takes time, man.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta strap yourself in and be ready for the cyclical world
right.
of views, comments, subscribers, lack of subscriber. Like, it just, everything is cyclical and it goes up and it goes down.
Right.
But generally, if you're consistent, like we started this, if you're consistent, it trends up and it continues to trend up. And if it doesn't, then you think about different ways, or you do lives, or, oh, maybe I'll cut my clips and I'll put them on a different site, or I do stuff like that. And eventually you start getting more views and you more notoriety and this and that. It just, we have to get out of that thought process of everyone else's life is better than ours, all these different things that we see. We have to be appreciative of the environment that we're in. And if we don't like where we are, or we don't like the environment that we're in, we have to build one that makes us happy.
Right.
What's going to make you happy?
And you touched upon it earlier too. It's not always the dollars. You know, I mean, I've been in here for a long time, so I'm just. There's people in the hallway. I was just wondering who they are, what they're doing. I've been in here for, actually next week will be 6 years since I've been working in this studio.
Congrats!
Thank
congrats! Claps!
And yeah, with hardly a penny to show for it, but. So I've had so many laughs in here. I've met some great people.
Yeah.
We're concerned with like you said, the likes and the views and the comments and the shares and the dollars. And I just think that, like talking about Joe Rogan, it's all great what he's accomplished. And like you said, I would love to make that kind of money too, but you can still, until that happens, whether it happens or not, but you can still enjoy the journey.
The journey is the most enjoyable part.
Right.
It's supposed to be.
Right.
Because once you hit the top of the mountain, all you get to do is look out at everything that you did already. You just go, wow, okay, great.
Right.
Can you scale the another mountain, let's say? Without question. You can always do another thing that takes time to get to the top of, but once you're at the top and you're at that status, when I started business, I started with a camera, and I kept telling myself, I can't wait till I get the next lens.
Right.
Then I bought the next lens, and I was like, oh, nice. This is fun. And then I was like, well, I can't wait till I get an editing desk. And I got the editing desk, and I was editing in my bedroom at my mom's house. And then I would sit there, and I'd be like, I can't wait till I have an office. And then I got the office, and I was like, I can't wait till I have a bigger office.
Right,
and
right.
We're just looking to the next thing, which is human nature.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with us when we think that way, but we have to pull back a little bit sometimes.
Right.
And I have to do this all the time to myself.
Right.
I have to pull back and I have to go, yo, enjoy this. Like, yeah, you're stressed about this client. Yeah, you've been stressed about making sure that this podcast guest comes through because you planned for this episode or whatnot.
Right, right.
Life is going to happen. Sometimes we have control over. Can we stress about things that we have control over? We can't stress about things we don't have control over. Regardless, the journey continues. So we have to be able to just look and have fun while we do it. Because otherwise, why be here?
And like you said before, with the fathers that are working in the city while their family's in the Hamptons, you can't. I mean, of course, you got to make a living for your family. Of course, not that's obvious. But to not enjoy the journey, to be 50 or 60 and your kids are in their 20s or 30s and you realize you missed it. I mean, you can't put a price tag on that.
And then they resent you? Yeah, you
Right.
gave them every opportunity in the world.
Which
Gave
is
them every financial opportunity in the world. Amazing.
And that's great, but all he wanted was daddy home.
Exactly.
Right.
And on your deathbed, what is one thing you regret? Is it is it that you didn't make another billion? No, it's that you missed out on your
Yep,
family.
absolutely right.
You know,
Yep.
your wife couldn't stand you. You couldn't stand her because you guys were fighting constantly. You couldn't stand you couldn't stand that you were away from your kids, but you had to be there because you promised your boss.
Right.
The dude who promised you a Learjet. I promised I'd be there for you day and night whenever you needed me. You know, and you missed out on all your your kids.
Right.
Or maybe you fucking dropped dead because you had a heart attack because you were so stressed with work that you missed walking your daughter down the aisle. That's sad shit, man.
It really
I don't
is.
ever want to be like that.
Right.
You know, I know all the shit that, you know, I know all the shit that I learned from my mother. My mother's single mother since I was 2.
Oh, yeah?
Rock star. She just worked her ass off. There's a lot of things that she regrets because she didn't get to spend time with me.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And I've learned that from her, and I don't want to be that way when I have kids eventually.
Right.
You know, my dad was a friend. He was never a dad. I know that I don't want to be that way with my kids when I have kids.
And I'm sure you had plenty of friends. Needed a dad.
Needed a dad. I needed a man in my life, and I didn't have that. I had mom acting both roles.
Yep.
And I'm very fortunate that she did, because I could have turned out pretty fucked up. But you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like
yeah.
her father, my grandfather, he raised me as well. So I had like an extension.
Right.
But you know, you learn all of these things. You take all of these experiences in. Like we're sponges, man. We feel all these things. We understand what worked, what didn't, and how we can do things differently and better.
Right.
And that's what we do.
So, all right. So that, which goes back to the question I had a long time ago, was the
Yeah, that's how it goes.
You know what? When I was trying to find out what changed your, and there was no incident. It was the fact of how you were brought up. Basically.
It's just everything.
Yeah.
It's just life. It's just
Right.
life.
Yeah.
We evolve. I'd say every 3 to 4 years I've had pretty, not epiphany type evolutions, but you know, you change.
But I do think the way you grew up, though, kind of put you ahead of that.
Yeah.
You know, where you were able to learn a little bit.
Yeah, I was able to
early.
see. I was able to see a lot of things that worked and what didn't work.
Right.
And the things that didn't work, I never wanted to have part in again. And it did allow me to develop a mindset of thinking a little deeper.
Right.
I've always been a pretty deep thinker. So
Right. Growing up without the dad around forces you to kind of grow up and like you said, your mother was awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there were plenty of experience you had to learn on your own.
Tons of experiences. I
Right,
mean,
so
one of the biggest ones for me was, you know, I always wanted the father, and this is not because he didn't do it because he didn't want to. It's because my dad has MS.
Oh.
So he had MS before I was born, but he has progressively gotten worse
Right.
since even to this day.
Right.
Where he's in a wheelchair full time now. At the time, though, he was still able to stand, but he'd still have to grab his legs every now and then and help himself.
Yeah.
I always wanted a dad that I could have a catch with. Always wanted that.
Sure.
Always wanted to be able to just I'd see my friends have catches with their dads.
Yep.
Warming up for baseball, stuff like that. My
Yep.
dad really couldn't do that. Or he'd get too tired. Or the heat would bother him. Or the cold would bother him because of the
Yeah.
illness.
Right.
So we take all of these experiences in. You know, there are things that you can't change in life. You have these experiences, you have
That's it.
these different things, and you adapt to them, and you say, well, fuck it. It's just my cards aren't dealt that way. I will play my hand the best that I can, though. And that's the important thing.
How did you compensate at the time when Dad couldn't have a catch? Did you have an uncle? Did Mom do it?
Mom did it a couple times. Mom popped me in the nuts one time with the ball. She whizzed that thing over, and I remember she felt so bad. I was like, "You don't get this."
Did she though? Did she really?
No, she didn't.
No.
I was probably a little asshole.
Right.
Yeah, I was
That's
probably a
something.
little
You
asshole.
wised off probably, and she nailed you.
Yeah. So, you know, you learn. You just. I think you just you suppress some of it. You know, emotionally, you
Yeah.
suppress some of it. You say, "Fuck it." It is what it is. You throw your hands up. And not that solves the problem, because it definitely doesn't. It just
Right.
pushes it deep.
Yeah.
But until you become like my age or even older, and you start to face some of those challenging moments in your life that challenged your psyche and your belief system and everything else like that, you know, it always lives with you until you're able to talk about it freely like this, and
Right.
and be
Yes.
be vulnerable and be emotional and be like,
Right.
yo, this was something that I was very upset about. I wish I had a dad that could do that. I wish I had a dad that was a dad and he wasn't just a friend or like a drifting person that I saw every now and then.
Right.
You know, that would have been a nicer thing. But once again, it makes you who experiences make the man. It makes you who you are.
Right.
The man sitting in front of you today.
I didn't grow up with my father either. He split when my mother was pregnant with me. Only met him once, and it's a weird thing to say, but it was probably one of the best things because I had a fantastic childhood where I lived. I wouldn't have lived there if my father was around, and I really wouldn't change a thing. So and I didn't feel like I lost anything because he wasn't there from the beginning. But so I never really missed him. Don't know. I met him once when I was 5. He was dead when I was 10.
Oh wow.
So I didn't lose anything, so I didn't have anything to miss. But I did realize probably somewhere in my teens, my life would have been a lot different if he was here. And then from what I have gathered through the years from friends and family, doesn't sound like he was the greatest of people.
Yeah.
So I don't think my life would have been different for the better.
It was the universe doing you a solid.
Right.
That's really what that was.
And so when you're able to put something like that into perspective, like you said, it's nice to talk about these things, but I think the difference between us, again, I didn't have him around, so I didn't miss it. I wasn't saying, "Oh, I wish I had him here to do that," because I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw guys, with their fathers, but I don't know. I have again, Italian family's a huge family, so I had uncles that would step up, and my mother did step up too. But I don't know. I just never felt like I lost anything. So being able to talk about certain situations, being able to find the positive spin on any situation just makes a world of difference.
You have to.
Right.
You have to.
You have to, or it's going to suck you up.
Yeah, it's just going to eat you alive, man. And you're going to be
Right.
miserable, and you're going to constantly be in a situation and mental state of what if, and things would have been so much different in a positive way. Maybe it would have been different. Maybe even though it seemed like it would have been negative, maybe it would have been better. It's like no, it's everything. Truly, how many years you've been on this planet?
54 next month.
Yeah, I mean, everything happens for a reason. It really does. Shit just
Yes.
happens. I mean,
Yes.
even if you try to avoid certain scenarios and situations, things just lay themselves out for you the way that they're supposed to for you. It's very strange how that happens. Whether it's a spiritual, religious,
Right.
whatever you believe in, I do believe that the universe just constantly not only challenges us to consistently make us get better, but it does lay a foundation and groundwork for where we're supposed to go.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know if there were previous lives. I don't know if there's lives after this, but what it comes down to is just enjoying the journey, making the best out of the situations that you have, like you just said, and just consistently trying to, in my opinion, leveling up, constantly becoming better. I was never a reader, and now I'm trying to read at least. I'm trying to get through. There's 5 books. I'm trying to get through 5 books by May 1st right now.
Wow.
And actively trying to. Well, now you look like
I'm
that.
not a reader either, so I'm like, oh,
but
my
now you
goodness.
look like that, and because you're thinking of the things that you'd have to give up to do the reading.
I just hate reading.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you'd have to sit there with
Right.
nothing on,
Yes.
light. I have the Sharpie. I have a little notebook that I write notes
Wow.
down because I want to talk about it on the podcast too.
Okay.
Like even the stuff that I talked about today from Jim Quick's book. I just started it last night.
Oh,
so for me
okay.
to be able to like regurgitate some of the information
Yeah.
that I found from there, some of it's sinking in.
Right.
And that's what I want. I want to be able to talk about a lot of different topics and a lot of different things, and not just have a surface level understanding of things, but have a deeper meaning and deeper level of understanding. One of my favorite things about Joe Rogan, which I've said a bunch of times, is how well versed he is on so many different topics. Different topics. I mean, you can talk to him about martial arts, you can talk to him about hunting, you can talk to him about comedy, you could talk to him about neuroscience and ancient tribalism, all of these different ancient pyramids, mushrooms, psychedelics. You're talking about all these things, and not that he's an expert in any of these fields, but he has a general understanding of all these topics.
Right.
That's more to say than the general population of this country and world.
Which is what I love. One of the things I do love about doing this, because I've had all sorts of different people in here. I love hearing their stories, so I do feel after 6 years I'm able to ask. Instead of just like a comedian. So how'd you get into comedy? No, it's like we get a little deeper.
Well, what makes you tick? How many sins have you committed today? Like,
Right.
I want to know what's going on.
And then I think it also transfers into the real world where I become more interested in what people are saying or doing. I could find better questions to ask. I'm just more curious, and the conversations are better. And it's again all part of enjoying the journey. And I don't know shit about shit, but I can. I can kind of fake my way through it.
You know.
Yeah.
You gotta give yourself some more credit. Especially seriously, doing this with my, I had a podcast originally with a buddy of mine, John Panetti. It was called The Voice and Rizzles. We had, similar to my format now, same thing. I think we had 60-something episodes. And then I had another podcast called The Brajol Brothers with my boy Tyler. And we were talking about dating apps and all the crazy shit that we get with that. That was 11 episodes. And then he just said, I can't keep sharing all this stuff. So I said, all right, we're done. And then I started Rizzology, which is my current podcast, which I just did episode 89.
Wow.
So I'm almost 200 episodes total under my belt. Nice. You really do learn a lot. You learn how to converse with people, look people in the eye.
Right.
The lost form of having a conversation because we're too engulfed in staring at screens.
Right.
It's a scary thing, man.
I've said it a million times on here. I do this show. It's a 54-year-old man, bald, fat. like there's nothing appealing about this, and it's 90 minutes, which is like a complete, taboo in this day and age. People want 30-second clips, but I do it anyway because I like the conversation. Because you don't. I love Fallon. I love Colbert. I love Kimmel, but they don't have conversations. It's all set up bits. It's all games. It's all this.
It's all jerking each other off on a set. I don't want that shit. I'll go to Pornhub for that. I don't want that shit.
Well, I'll go there first, but I'll watch Fallon too, and I enjoy that stuff. But I also enjoy the real conversation, and you can't get that really anywhere.
No, unscripted, just genuine conversation.
Right.
But and I've seen that there has been a resurgence of people wanting authenticity.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, we're just tired. I mean, everybody I talk to, and myself included for a long time now.
Yeah.
We're just tired of all this set design.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This fake convo, these fake laughs and all this shit.
The reality shows, they kill me.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't.
So you're like, this is the first time they made. Yeah, sure it is.
I tried watching Hampton Homebuyers or whatever, the Hampton Selling the Hamptons. That's what it was on Netflix.
Yeah.
Tried watching just because I used to work out there. I love seeing the Hamptons.
Sure.
It's got a warm place in my heart. I always wanted to be out there. And then when I used to drive out there with my S5, my Audi S5, windows down, stick shift, it just felt like a different timeline. It just felt good.
Right.
So I wanted to watch it for the feel-good feelings. Oh, my God. It was just like the most staged, fake drama, this and that, blah, blah. I'm just like, oh, my God, I can't even watch this shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even make it 20 minutes in the first episode. I said, I'm off.
Yeah, I'm with you. I can't do it.
Yeah, but you do learn a lot. And once again, it's putting away the electronics. Besides, you have to monitor comments. That's fine, stuff like that. But putting the electronics aside, having convo, seeing where it takes us.
Right.
I bet when you walked in there, you didn't think that we were going to be talking about this for an hour and 10 minutes so far.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just,
right.
It goes by. And some of my episodes, I've had 4-hour episodes.
No kidding.
Yeah, I've had 3-hour episodes. I don't put a time limit on my show.
Okay.
I tell people all the time, you watch it or you don't. You watch it in pieces, or you watch it all at once, or you don't at all. I'm not hurt.
Yeah.
I don't expect you to dedicate 3 hours to watch it end to end.
I don't either.
I want people to just do what makes them happy. If watching clips makes you happy, watch the clips. But I would challenge you to sit and regain control of your actual concentration, because we've all lost it. And I'm actively fighting to get it back. That's really what all this is. This digital detoxing, this all these like memory and the digital dementia is look, I can't even get into that right now. It'll be another hour. You look up that topic, is digital dementia. There's a neuroscientist that went into it. It's just we're losing our short-term memory because everything is looked up in 5 seconds, and our brain is supposed to determine if something's important or not important. Generally, it determines all the stuff that we look up quick as not important, so we forget it. So it's cycling in, cycling out, cycling in, cycling out.
Because you can access it at any time.
So then you start getting digital dementia because your brain isn't challenged to remember shit. How many phone numbers do you actually remember anymore? The phone stores them all.
I can tell you my phone number from the house I lived in until I was 12, but I couldn't tell you my son's phone number.
That's what I'm saying.
I just look up his name.
That's what I'm saying. So we have to challenge our brain and actively learn actively challenge ourselves to get back to a position of not just being zombies in front of the screen. One of the other, this isn't going to be 100% accurate, not because of the data, but how it was positioned. So I'm going to try my best to restructure it. I think it was something around the average of 366 months is if the average life expectancy if you're going to live to 80 something. That's the amount of months that you get.
Okay.
From the day that you're born.
Right.
Then he took away a bunch of days for eating, like timelines. He's taking away time that it takes driving, eating, hygiene, learning in classes, whatnot.
Right.
He said today's youth is on track with the remainder of their time, like the rest of their free time.
Yeah, I got you.
93% of it is estimated to be spent in front of a screen.
93%
of their free time that's left, and I think the number was 100-something months, something like that.
Right.
But 93% of that is set to be spent in front of a screen.
That's crazy.
It's fucking
man.
scary, dude.
That is
scary. I'm not falling into the trap. I'm not doing it.
All right. Well,
I talked your ear off. I'm sorry.
No. This was great. No, I enjoyed every second of this. But I am going to challenge your brain a little bit.
Challenge me.
Because what we do here on Tuesdays, we do Tuesday trivia.
Okay.
It's just random trivia, and we ask a bunch of random trivia questions to see what these guys know.
Oh man, I may fail. Trivia is not my
well,
greatest feat.
Then you're giving me plenty to make fun of you about. Because that's
gotta make fun of you as much as you can. I appreciate it.
That's basically what we do. I ask all the questions. Don't give the answers out yet. Go over everybody's answers after I'm done asking the questions. Make fun of them for the wrong answers. Then I tell you what the real answer is.
Okay.
And believe me, the reason I ask the questions is because I suck at answering them.
Okay.
So I'm fully aware.
So you feel good on that side of the mic.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's
of course. However, Mr. Rizzo, since you're here and you're willing to play.
Yes.
For playing and being such a good sport about it, before you leave here on this shoot today, I will get you some free passes to Governor's.
I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you.
My pleasure.
I will definitely come down.
I'm going to read some comments because the show is normally interactive. Andrew Fremder, my opinion, Tony is the best podcast host in the business. Between reading comments and engaging in awesome conversation, he's also great at the occasional under the desk rub and tug.
Oh,
hey now!
I'm glad I sat at the third seat.
You still owe me money for that, Fremder. Andy Plajanos, I often say that tech has outstripped our brain's ability to adapt.
Yep.
Yeah. Technology is great. My new bidet allows me to play Tuesday trivia and actually have a clean ass.
There you go.
I don't know if anyone is having an issue with Facebook, but I can't log on. Possibly was hacked. You know what, Andy? I actually had the same exact thing. Seconds before you walked in here, because I play videos and a couple of ads before we start, and I usually grab my phone and I start sharing all over the place. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Facebook wouldn't let me log on.
Bastards.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thanks, Zuckerberg.
Yeah, prick bastard. What? During the week, I use my phone because I have to, but when I'm relaxing, I prefer to use a pigeon.
A pigeon? Oh, yeah, just using carrier pigeons to send messages, huh?
Oh, is that what that
Crazy.
means?
It's like Game of Thrones.
Don't encourage them. That was awful.
You have to write in script, though. It's mandatory, or Latin.
When working out, don't forget about cock push-ups because you never know when they're going to come in handy. Why do I read these things?
No, you have to.
You people are the worst.
Cock-ups, I think they call them.
Mickey Delaney says, yes, there's a huge outage in Facebook. Oh, all
there
right.
you go.
The best part of working out is not working out, says Fremda. Okay. I use my VR to go into space. So if you can figure out any other way to achieve that, please let me know. VR allows you to be anything that you want to be, never in real life. All right, that's...
Hit up Elon, bro. I think he's looking for people to go to Mars.
Yep, you and William Shatner, yeah. Instead of strapping in, is it okay to strap on?
Good. Just watch where you're backing and going into.
Right. Chris Thomas, I love social media. I'm on it often. I don't care who likes me or not. And I think I live life to the fullest.
That's good.
And I will vouch for her. She does live life to the fullest. Chris Thomas is a lot of fun. But Chris, you are the minority.
Yeah.
You get to enjoy, and I do the same thing. And it took me years to do it. When I first got on Facebook, like 2008, I would get into the political fights. I would get into all those battles and where there's hundreds of comments going back and forth. I haven't done that in years.
And the algorithm feeds into that.
Right.
It sees that you're getting upset by it and you're
Right.
spending time on the site, which is what they want.
Exactly.
Then their advertisers get paid.
Right.
So they want to keep feeding. Oh, he hates it when we feed him that content and he engages with the post because he's so irritated. Let's keep feeding him that. And that's what they're meant to do.
And now I just keep scrolling. Something I
Exactly.
don't like. It's like that anywhere. You go anywhere. You don't like something, well, you disregard it and you move on.
My buddy Andre Ferguson, shout out Andre Ferguson, Lucky Libra. He is one of the biggest names in men's physique bodybuilding history. He's just some of the most wins of a men's physique competitor. He's got one of the craziest physiques ever. He's out east. He's on my podcast a lot. We have said multiple times, and this is his words exactly, I consistently see things that I don't agree with on social media, and I scroll past it. He goes, because fuck my 2 cents.
Right.
Don't matter.
Absolutely right.
I don't need to comment on everything.
Right.
I'm good.
You just keep on going.
But once again, you're saying this Chris Thomas. Same thing. You're in the minority. Most of the people don't have control over this. That's the problem.
Right.
The problem, and I'm not saying that I don't have control over this. I just want to cut it out as much as humanly possible, so that this way I can continue to just experience the real world.
You live out of state from somebody, or the weather's bad, or we're in a quarantine. It was such a great place to go. So you can, like, if you're all home and everybody's, say, watching the Super Bowl or watching anything on TV, or you can find out what's going on TV. You're going on sports, weather, what's going on in the world. It's all right there on Facebook. Plus, you can enjoy, their pictures of their kids and pictures of their food and their cats, whatever stupid shit they're posting. But so you can enjoy. I mean, that's why it's called social media. So you can enjoy that shit. Just scroll past the other stupid bullshit. Yep. I mean, I do. I love it. I do love it.
There's buttons that say not interested. You can hit not interested, and it'll stop feeding you that shit.
Yeah. Honestly,
it'll say not interested for the shit you don't want to engage in.
I don't even take that 3 seconds to click that. I just keep
It'll
scrolling.
save you, but then you don't have to keep scrolling.
Well, no,
it'll save you in the long run.
No, you're right.
But I know what you mean.
But that's how it's just laziness. That's okay. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's see. Yes, working in the city while your family's in the Hamptons. Your wife is banging the mailman. Yes,
she might be.
Yeah,
you gotta watch that. Or the AV guy. Wasn't me though.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it wasn't
that's
me.
a shame.
No,
you're doing something wrong.
I guess.
I
didn't sell the full package.
I see what you did there. But I'm not reading that one from there. I'm not reading that. Tuesday trivia question. Why don't we have enough time to play Tuesday trivia today? Well, I'm going to get to it.
We're going to get to it, I promise.
Yep,
I talked his head off. We weren't expecting this.
That's all right.
Sorry.
All right, I'm going to start right now. You should bring this guest back on Thursday. This guy would be great. I have a co-host on Thursdays. So, yeah, there's a suggestion that you come back. I have a co-host.
I'll come down.
All right. I have a co-host on Thursdays. He's a very depressed man, and he doesn't laugh.
Oh, really?
So you can smack him around. All right.
I'll sit in the fourth seat.
First question there.
Uh-oh. Can I use my phone to look these answers up quickly?
Oh, you can cheat if you want. This doesn't mean anything.
No, let me see.
All right, so you just stopped drinking a year ago. Let's see if you're up on this. Anheuser-Busch introduced Budweiser in what year?
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know if Jesus was there. Well, Jesus is everywhere, so maybe he was there.
They were focused on wine back then.
Yeah, true.
What year did Anheuser-Busch... was it Anheuser-Busch?
Yes. Introduced Budweiser in what year?
Fuck.
It's not that important. Don't worry about it.
I gotta go like oddly in the 40s or 50s.
1900s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's older than that?
I don't know. Is it? All right. Next question. Are you a baseball guy?
Yeah, but I don't follow it religiously. But let me get a crack at it.
All right. Well, this is going back before either one of us were born.
Uh-oh.
Whose record of 59 home runs did Babe Ruth break when he hit 60 home runs in one season?
Couldn't even tell you.
Okay.
I'm horrible.
No, you're not.
Looks like I need some of those books now.
Yeah. So I'm just going to repeat the question for you guys. Whose record of 59 home runs did Babe Ruth break when he hit 60 home runs in one season? Okay. Next question. Oh, it's another baseball question. What strikeout artist was nicknamed the Big Unit when he
Big
was
Unit? Wasn't that Randy Johnson?
Randy Johnson, he says.
Maybe it wasn't.
Or maybe it was. What is the name of the largest chocolate factory in the world?
It's Godiva. Is that just brand or the name of the factory?
I'll take the brand. You'll get credit.
Okay.
You're going with Godiva.
I'll go with Godiva, yeah.
What year was the first chocolate bar invented?
Oh, man. I'm going to go in 1920.
All right. What is the nickname of Alcatraz Island?
The Rock.
Great movie.
Great movie. Sean Connery.
Yep. Hate Nicolas Cage, but that's a great movie. Who was the first black tennis player to win the U.S. Open?
Couldn't even tell you.
Because you're racist?
Damn. Oh, it's over for me.
Oh, totally.
That's it.
Let's see. All right. So here's sometimes on Tuesday. So I have this shirt on. Blimpin' Ain't Easy. There's a comedian by the name of Fat J. This is his merchandise. I thought he was coming in today, so that's why I have some chocolate questions. That's why I had some baseball questions, because these are all for him. But he's also a big hip hop guy.
Okay.
He's white though, but he loves hip hop.
Why, you can only be white and like hip hop, black and like hip hop?
No, I just felt the need to clarify that for you. I have no idea why.
I just want to make sure.
So, but I felt the need to explain why I have a hip hop question. I don't know why. List the original members of the LOX. See, I don't even know who that is.
LOX?
Yes.
The fuck is LOX?
That's exactly what I said. But it was some kind of rap group, hip hop group, because there's 3 names attached to it, and one of those names I know.
What's the one name?
I'll give you a one name. There's 2 others. I don't know if it's Jada or Jadakiss.
Oh, Jadakiss.
Jadakiss. So, all right, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So there's 2 other people who were the original members of the or the Locks. I don't know what they call themselves.
I don't know who Jada was rapping with.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know. I know if it was like Jules Santana and all those guys, that would be Dipset. But yeah, no. I don't know who Jada was rapping with back then.
All right.
So no, I can't answer that one. I apologize.
It's okay. You're speaking a foreign language to me, though. I'll tell you that. So
I sound like tech support, right?
Yeah, right. I don't know who it is, but now I have to hang that up so I can. There we go. So I get back to my.
Tell them I said hi, and I'm not interested in the internet.
Yeah. See, my audience, they're all saying, I don't know what Locks is.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm reading that too.
Okay.
So Randy Johnson, let's go.
Yep. All right. So 2 more questions. What is the definition of the word hodophile? HODOPHILE. Hodophile.
Hoodophile?
Could be.
Hoodophile?
I would think hoodophile would be a U or 2 O's. I don't know. Huda?
Oh, hodophile.
Yeah, HODO. Yeah. And you.
Hodo.
We kind of touched upon this earlier.
Did we?
Kind of. You would strike me as a hodophile, and it's not a bad thing.
Oh,
but
man.
we did kind of touch upon it a little bit. Maybe. Sort of.
It wasn't the pegging comment, was it? Just want to make sure that that's not what you're associated with. The strap-on comment? Just want to make sure.
Well,
no, I don't. I
right.
I don't know.
All right.
I apologize.
It's okay.
Hi.
Last question.
Go for it.
A survey showed what percentage of women fantasize about another person during sex with their partner, and what percentage of men, fantasize about other people during sex with their partner.
I think women are going to be a higher percentage. I think it's like 60 to 70%.
Wow.
I would say men are. I don't know. It's tough because men think about exes sometimes. I know my buddies have told me that shit. This is going to dig us a hole.
Yeah, true.
Oh, look at that. 8 minutes left. Oh. And on that note, I'm just going to give like a 40% for guys. I'm
right.
sure it's higher. I'm sure the females are a little low. I'm sure they're kind of meeting in the middle.
All right. And my question for you is, how long you been here? Like, they haven't even called you.
I got to leave soon. I got to go make money.
Yeah.
I don't have my real phone with me.
I'm shocked that You guys have been here for hours, and they haven't even. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought for sure my mom was going to come in and be like, "Hey, time to
I
go."
thought so too.
Yeah.
And I saw my son's working on the movie. I saw him walk past at one point too, but I thought he was going to come in. All right, come in to get you. I mean,
Women 50, men 89. Look at me looking like a 90-year-old just squinting because I can't see the fucking TV. This is no problem. I just look at screens all day.
that I put
can't
up for
see
everybody
shit.
else.
Make it bigger.
I have to have my phone right here so I can see it. All right. So the first question was Anheuser-Busch introduced Budweiser in what year? You said the 40s and 50s.
1800s.
Vicky said 1894.
Yeah.
Fremder said 69, of course. Mickey says 1935. 1876.
Yeah, way off.
Yeah, you were pretty much.
Yeah.
Whose record of 59 home runs did Babe Ruth break when he hit 60 home runs in one season? Fremder says that guy. Mickey says Will May. Is that supposed to be Willie Mays? I'm assuming it is. Well, whose record of 59 home runs did Babe Ruth break when he hit 60 home runs in one season? It was Babe Ruth breaking his own record.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
There you go.
What strikeout artist was named the Big Unit? It was?
Randy Johnson?
We're sitting there pointing. Nobody's looking at it.
I was like, come on, give it to
I'm
me.
like, why is he not saying it?
So pitch it to me, baby. I was all amped and confident. That was great.
Yes, Randy Johnson. Vicky got that right, too. Very good, Vicky.
Shouts to Vic.
That's right. What is the name of the largest chocolate factory in the world? You said Godiva. Vicky said Nestle.
Yeah, Nestle. That's right.
Well, you're both wrong.
Sick.
The Bourneville factory, which belongs to Cadbury.
Cadbury. They do make. Oh, it's almost Easter. Oh, those eggs slap.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! The little cream on the inside. Pause.
I all year long, I'm eating the Cadbury caramel, milk chocolate and caramel.
Yeah.
See, I need a minute.
Shouts to Cadbury.
Absolutely.
Send the check.
Please. What year was the chocolate bar invented? You said 1920. Vicky said 1825. All right, Vicky. All right, this is kind of in the middle. 1847.
Yeah, give it to Vicky.
Yeah, Vicky got it.
Shouts to Vicky.
Vicky
Out here killing the trivia game.
What is the nickname of Alcatraz Island? You said The Rock. Vicky said The Rock.
The Rock.
You guys would be correct. That was nice and easy. Name the first black tennis player to win the U.S. Open. No, Fremder. It's not Martin Luther King.
Oh, damn.
Bitch.
Imagine, though.
Yeah. Vicky,
He goes, yeah.
oh, Vicky got it right. Vicky's on a tear. It's Arthur Ashe. Arthur Ashe.
Truthfully, I could barely even tell you tennis players now.
Yeah. I'm not a big tennis guy.
Nadal, right? Is that one of them?
If you say
Something
so.
Nadal, I don't know.
But the worst, I fucking hate golf. Hate it.
Really?
Yeah.
I've formed a love for golf.
Really?
I love golf. I love watching it now and playing it. I used to hate it. I look forward to it on Sundays. I think because it's also peaceful. It's like very relaxing.
Yeah. All
Everyone's
right, I'll give you that.
whispering and there's really no outbursts.
I can do 9 and be like, and enjoy the company and the outdoors. But then after I'm like, all right, come on, let's hit the damn ball
We have
already.
Beth
Go
Page.
inside.
Beth Page is beautiful, man.
Yeah, Beth Page is beautiful. I'll give you that.
Yeah. We're gonna go golfing, you and I.
No.
We'll do a live podcast while we're golfing.
We've actually done that.
Yeah.
We've had some comedians go golfing and zoomed in while I sat in here,
That's what I'm
which
saying.
was the best part. I got to just sit
Nah,
here.
you come with us. You sweating and battling the mosquitoes with us.
Oh yeah, I'll be stinking. List the original members of Locks.
What is Locks?
I have no idea. Yeah, Vicky did not get that one. She wrote, "Don't know Locks."
Women 47, men 75. Interesting.
Last time I took a flight, I flew out of Locks. All right.
Oh, LAX.
Yeah, but I think okay. So we said Jadakiss.
Was it LAX?
No, no, it was just a bad joke by
okay.
by one of the viewers.
I didn't think it was that bad.
LOX. No, it's bad. It was bad. So we said Jadakiss. Then the other two are Chic Louch
No, I don't know.
and Styles P.
Oh yeah, Styles P, the homie. Yeah.
Styles P, the homie.
The homie.
Oh, all right. So
Styles P, the homie.
I left that out.
Yeah.
Styles P, the homie.
Well, no, it's Styles P, and now I'm just saying it. He's the homie.
Oh, I thought you were saying like
No,
that
no,
was
it's
like
not-
his
it's
whole
not his
title.
whole name.
Oh, all right. See,
It's a long business card. It's a tough name to put on. Sir, is this your driver's license? Is this your whole Styles P, the homie?
I'm so out of touch.
It's okay. I'm starting to get out of touch, so it's okay. We could be out of touch together.
Yeah.
While playing golf.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, last question. A survey showed that what percentage of women fantasize about another person during sex with their partner, and what percentage of men?
What's the accurate?
So, oh no, wait a minute. I skipped the question.
Did you?
Definition of hodophile. My apologies. Definition of hodophile. So Mickey said it's a pet in a what? Is it a pedophile? No, it's not a pedophile.
I was gonna say, damn, that's what you think of me.
I couldn't read what he was trying to say.
I know I don't watch Netflix all day, but God, it doesn't mean I'm that weird.
Someone who collects stamps, says Vicky. No, that's not correct either. All right, so hodophile. So yeah, that's we touched upon it earlier. It's a person who loves to travel.
Oh, sick.
So you were saying, instead of the virtual, you should actually go
you
there.
actually go to these places.
Or it's a traveler with a special affinity for roads.
Okay.
So there you go.
I like a good road. I've seen a couple of the roads around the world.
Some of them are
Dubai.
bumpy.
I've been to Dubai, Germany, Switzerland, Italy, France.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm impressed.
A lot of different places. Good roads.
Yeah, we have shitty roads.
Shit roads.
Yeah,
I think it's because,
around here.
the Florida roads are better than they are up here. So maybe somebody can comment on that because I'm not a gravel expert or a cement expert, but it's because we use cement up here and they use a different mixture down south.
Oh, well.
But then again, they also don't get snow. Well, neither do we anymore.
Well, yeah, true.
So we get one.
The fellow that co-hosts with me on Thursdays, he actually just ran and lost for the superintendent of highways out in the town of Brookhaven.
Oh, really?
So I'll have to ask him.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, what the...
I'd love to know the different
mixture.
materials and mixtures.
As long as he doesn't go on and on about it, because that's a real riveting topic. Survey show what percentage of women fantasize about another person during sex with their partner. What percentage of men?
Let's see the actual
So let's
statistic.
see. So Mickey says 500% of women, 89% of men. Vicky, 47% women, 75%
So let
men.
me say why I think women are higher in the percentage.
Please
I
do.
believe women are higher in the percentage, and you're going to obviously tell me the correct answer.
Yes.
Because they read more of the erotic novels more so than men do. Women have more of that fantasy type thought process to them. That's why I would think.
That's the politest, most politically correct way you could have said, because they're sluts.
Because they like to bang their exes.
They're cheating whores. But you were correct. It is more women.
Cool.
Women have a higher percentage than men.
I said cool. No, not cool.
Right.
Honey, who are you thinking of?
Yeah, really. Right, sex is never going to be the same again.
Yeah, never.
Like, who's she thinking of now?
Yeah.
Although you can
thinking of that guy at the deli, aren't you?
but you can sit back and think, well, my ex is right now with some other guy thinking about me.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's see.
Life is great. Living rent free in someone's head.
So you said 60 to 70% of women.
Yes.
Percentage of women is 46%.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
I'm actually glad with that statistic.
Yes.
It actually helps me
and
still perform.
right. And Mickey said 75% of men. Yeah, that's way high. You said 40% of men. And Vicky, what did she say with men?
She said higher.
Oh, Vicky said 75.
Yeah,
sorry.
she said higher.
So yeah, that's wrong. You said 40% of men. You were almost 42% of men. So close enough. Very nice.
I think we're just so focused on not shooting the shot too quick that we don't have time to think about anybody else.
Right. We're thinking about Babe Ruth.
Yeah. He broke his own record.
And then you could say, "Oh, babe," and you think
oh, babe. No.
I can only.
Sorry, honey. I mean, babe. I mean, no.
Right. I can only imagine how this conversation would sound if the alphabet had more than 26 letters. I have no idea what that means. All right. All right. Well, nice job with Tuesday Trivia, my friend. Nice job. One more time. Rizzology on YouTube?
YouTube, all the different audio platforms. Nicky Rizzo's on Instagram. I post and I dip. So if I don't answer for a few hours, it's because I'm off and I'm trying to experience life and something that seems to be.
What did you say? I post and I what?
I post and I dip.
Oh, post and I dip.
I post and I dip. I'm out.
I thought you said nip. I was like, what?
I mean, hey, listen, depends what the content is.
Maybe that's why you're...
What's getting me views?
That's why you got to go dip, because you're going to get a nip. I don't know. So stupid.
So yeah, listen, I appreciate anybody that wants to come listen, and I have some really amazing people on there. My friend Marina, I always bring up her episode for females especially. She is a double mastectomy survivor.
Oh, wow.
And she talks about the entire process from her constant biopsies that she was getting from her early 20s to finally just saying, I can't be a pincushion anymore, and opting for a double mastectomy, and then dealing with it post. And then she had she had a relapse of an ovarian cancer.
Wow.
That she had to then get treatment of a year and a half later after the double mastectomy. So she's had quite the journey. Talk to her. Fitness professionals, business owners, a lot of small business owners that, are in the area, restaurants. My boy Marcello, who owns No Good Burger Joint down in Baldwin. One of the best burger spots you'll go to. It's delicious.
Really?
Yeah, unbelievable.
Okay.
He also has the food trucks that they go out on. I've had, gym owners come on. I've had big names in the fitness industry. I mean, it's a mix. It's kind of literally just how we talked for the last hour and a half. That's exactly what my show is like as well. So
excellent.
I
I'll check it out.
I want to just extend my appreciation to you for coming in, asking me to come on, because this definitely passed the time.
Absolutely.
Versus me battling, not looking at my phone.
or we're going to walk out there and they're going to be yelling at you because they were shooting without you.
But shooting the entire time.
Which, I don't know. I
That's
hope
okay.
not. But
I had a lot of fun here.
We did. We had a great time. Thank you, pal. This
Thank you,
was cool. We'll have to do this again.
Tony, you're the man. I appreciate you so much for
back
your
at you,
time
man.
and everybody that listened and stuck with us.
Absolutely. All right. Some announcements. Today is Tuesday. We got Hershey and the Keeks tonight at 9 o'clock. We got a busy week here at Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. We got... you got Circling the Drain either tomorrow or Thursday. Thursday morning, I'm back here with Mike. Thursday afternoon at 5 o'clock, I'm doing another show in here with the guys from the Uncle Louie Variety Show. They're playing the club. They're playing the Brokerage in Belmore this weekend. They're good friends of this show. They've been on many times. Looking forward. It's been a while. I haven't seen them. So they're going to stop by Thursday night at 5. We'll be in here with them. And then Friday morning... You guys know Coffee with the Dog. That's on every morning at 9. At 9, he does his show remotely. This Friday, he's going to actually come in the studio for the first time. Going to do his show. I'll be here with him. Then we start my show at 11. He'll be here with me. We're going to have John Butera with us. Andy Plajanos, of course, who co-hosts with me on Fridays. And then Sam Talent, who's playing Governors here in Levittown, playing the main stage Friday and Saturday. He'll be in here with us as well. So we got a lot going on here. And, of course, go to govs.com. A lot of stuff going on. There goes my son. He'd walk right past. They got Thursday night. They got the Brandon will be in the Giggle Room doing his Broken Mic with Steve Rocco and Mike Keegan and John Ziegler. Like I mentioned, Sam Talent is playing the club this weekend. Mike Keegan, Carla Okerson, Vinny D'Agostino, Roy George, Conchetta Coppola, Hugh Van Well, Hugh Murray, Chris Cassandro, and Chuck Fox. They're playing the Giggle Room this weekend. Kristen Tinsley will be in the Giggle Room this weekend. The Uncle Louie Variety Show playing at the Brokerage all weekend. Go to govs.com and make your reservations. And last but not least, don't forget Knockem Dead Comedy. We're doing a murder mystery tomorrow night. An audience interactive comedic murder mystery show. It's a redneck wedding theme. That's a show we're doing tomorrow night at that meatball place in Patchogue. Tickets are still available. Not many, but you can still get there if you want. But that's tomorrow night. But don't forget, we'll be there 4 times this year. So if you miss it tomorrow night, there'll be other opportunities to see us. All right. With that, that's enough. A lot of information there. All right. We're out of here. Thanks again there, Nick.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, everybody.
All right, guys. We'll see you later. We'll see you tonight at 9 with Hershey and the Keeg. See you later.
What will you experience at a Knockem Dead Comedy murder mystery show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And, of course, some music. Knockem Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what?
Good. Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knockem Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. She had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Fundraisers, private parties, corporate events, restaurants, and more.